notice, okay? Again, so a superficial level, if you're a bit drunk, whatever, it can maybe pay off, but nothing long term, nothing that's going to be fulfilling, right? Which is what you're on about. You want to be fulfilled with this. So you've got to just be yourself. It's about not censoring yourself. One of the biggest things that I have with clients who come with this and want to just be more socially free, whether it's with women or men, with anyone, is that they censor themselves. They've got a voice in here, you've all got a voice in here, and who knows what I'm talking about censoring yourself? Yeah, alright, stop it. Honestly, it's way better to say whatever's going on in your mind than say nothing and censor yourself, because the moment you start having a conversation with yourself and the other person in front of you, game over. Like, you're just shooting yourself in the head. So don't censor, just express who you are as an individual. You guys are all individual, right? You're all unique as human beings. Just express that. And that doesn't matter if you're like naturally a bit shy and you like geeky stuff or whatever, or if you're like some kind of big extroverted guy who likes, I don't know, doing magic play. It really doesn't matter, just express yourself. It's about, yeah, so that leads into my next point, which is it's about expressing, right, rather than trying to make an impression, right? Who's heard that before?
Just be careful with shit behind you.
Thank you. Maybe I want to express myself. Shit, eh? So yeah, it's about when you go into, let's say, a party, right, where you're going to talk to a girl, just think about the difference in mindsets, how it's going to affect you, right? One mindset in, you go in and you're like, I'm just going to express myself, I'm just going to be me, I'm just going to say what I'm feeling in the moment, just like, hey, how you doing, I'm Sam, you know, I'm just, yeah, okay, cool, right, just being yourself. Or you're going in with like, okay, I've got to make a good impression on this girl, I've got to make a good impression, she's got to like me, yeah, okay, I'm going to impress her, I'm going to be really good, I'm going to think I've got loads of cool stuff I can say, you know, I've spent that much money in the month, you know, yeah, okay, sick, alright, yeah, sorted. Right. What's the difference going to be? Do you know what I mean? What's that going to send to her? So, just cut the bullshit, be yourself. And it means being honest. It means being honest. Like, it means, obviously, you know, if she's saying stuff that you're not in agreement with, don't just be like, oh, yeah. Just say no. Like, she's like, oh, in Spain, all the people there are nutters, and they just get pissed all the time. And you generally, you don't think that. It's just you just going like, oh no, I don't think so. I think they're actually quite nice, down-to-earth people, and they don't have alcohol problems. So it's just, it comes out in that, just being honest, disagreeing if you really do want to disagree. Not necessarily being aggressive, just expressing yourself. And also showing your vulnerabilities. So if you're feeling really nervous, which is so normal, just tell her. Just be like, do you know what, I'm actually really nervous at the moment. Like, I don't usually do. I'm not very good at this whole girl-guy thing. You know, just say that. If that's what you're thinking, say it. It's so much better. Because otherwise, they're not saying it. Because otherwise, you get incongruency with what you're saying here and how you're acting, your body language, your tonality. And she's going to pick up on it and be like, who is this guy? And that ruins the trust. And trust is everything. You need trust. So to create trust, you've got to be authentic. Does that make sense? Yeah. All right. So to be yourself. And again, I'm just touching on these on a surface level. You know, I've only got half an hour, whatever. To be yourself, you need the second pillar to actually really put the first one into practice. So we're working backwards here, which is you need to love yourself. Right? You need to. By love, okay. Some people might think, oh, it's a big gay man, oh, it's arrogant, whatever. So think of it. If that word sends off the wrong signals in your mind, think appreciate yourself, whichever one resonates with you. But it's not about being arrogant. It's not about thinking you're better than anyone else, right? It's realising your core value as a human being, right? It's realising that deep down, you're an awesome individual. You need to cultivate that belief. It's not about lying to yourself, right? It's about actually realising your worth as a human being. It's huge implications on every interaction you have, man or woman, right? Think about it, if you're going up to a woman, having a little like belief in yourself as actually worthy, like how's that going to come across in your body language, how you speak, how you interact with her, right? Like, do you know what I mean? Compared to like, yeah, I'm feeling good about myself, I'm a good individual. So, firstly, you know, a few little points to do with this pillar is you've got to accept, you've got to first accept wherever you are right now, whoever you are right now, whoever the person is you are, it's cool, just accept that, accept every part of you, embrace every single part of you. Because before you accept where you actually are, it's very hard to actually progress and move forwards. Do you know what I mean? Because you can't leave a place you've never been, okay? You have to really just embrace. So you've got to be aware of, you know, yeah, who you are as a person. And it's all right if you think, oh shit, I've got a lot of work to do. It's fine. You need to accept that. this is about celebrating your strengths and your successes. Right? Most people I talk to who come to me for confidence issues, this is one of the fundamental problems they have. And I was the same way to an extent. I had to work on this. But it's actually acknowledging that you're doing good shit, man. Like, most people on a day-to-day basis won't be able to tell you anything they did in the day that was like, that they would perceive as a success. They'd just be like, oh no, like, I did alright, nothing special, anyone could do that. Like, no one recognises their strengths and their successes, which is so crucial, so crucial. I'd make that one of the biggest mental habits to change. If you're talking to yourself in a way that's putting yourself down, when you go and talk to women and you get a negative reaction, right? And then you analyse how you talk to yourself, and it's like, oh, you fucking idiot, always muck it up. Oh, you didn't do this, you didn't do that, you didn't do that. Like, if you're doing that, how's that going to make you? Is that going to make you take action again? Is that going to make you improve? Is that going to be good for your self-growth? No. So you need to change the way you speak to yourself. Right? You need to appreciate what you're doing, and you need to go over. And even if things go objectively a bit, tits up, you need to go. Do you know what? I took action. I've got big balls. Like 99% of guys wouldn't even do that. And it's the truth. It's not even a lie. It's just a different way of feeding back to yourself. And you just go, do you know what? I took action. I went. I spoke to her for 2 minutes. I did that. Yeah, you can always improve and do things differently next time. Awesome. Don't beat yourself up about it. All right? You're only like killing yourself even more. You're only stopping yourself. It's the biggest roadblock in all of this. Normally, it's just you. So, with loving yourself, yeah, it's about celebrating your strengths, accepting where you are, and just having that belief that you're an awesome individual. That's what it comes down to, really. Because think about it. When you got to that goal and you're like, I'm awesome, right? Not in an arrogant way, but just I'm awesome. Like you flip the script. Right? You're like, I'm awesome. I don't need anything from you to make me more awesome, because I'm already awesome. It's fine. But let's see if you're cool enough for me. Let's see if like you can add to my world. Because I'm already awesome, so I'm not looking for anything to fill me up, right? To make me complete and happy. Oh fuck! I'm awesome. I don't care.
Yeah.
I'm not taking validation from you. So yeah, you're not caring, like when you go over and you're flipping the script. How powerful is that going to be? Think about it from a woman's point of view. How attractive is that going to be when you're walking over, already an awesome individual, and she can just be a bonus, and you can help her as well. You can give her as well if she's on the right level, but she might not be. All right, she might be not fitting your bill, and then you're the one in control for once, right? Not like normally when guys are like, please like me to any hot girl. You're the one in control, going, do you know what? Actually, I'm not actually into heavy metalers and people who don't believe in Satan, so no. So yeah, it changes everything. And out of interest, who here has a clear criteria of what they actually look for in a woman? Put your hand up. Alright, interesting. So about 50% of people don't actually have a criteria. So that implies, what does that imply? You're going out and any sort of hot woman is suddenly just fits your criteria because you don't have any criteria. So what's that going to portray? Do you know what I mean? Whereas if you come from a place of awesome and you know exactly what you want your dream girl to be like, then you're in control, you've got the power, right?
Is there any simple exercises for you to get in touch with your own awesomeness?
Yes, definitely. Okay, one exercise, I'll give you one exercise, but I can't speak to you afterwards if you want some more, but one which I've been practicing for years it's really simple, right? But every day, I don't do it every single day now, it's more like a couple of times a week, but I did it every day at the start, and it was just at the end of each day, recognising just a couple of things, 2 or 3 things, first of all that just went well in the day, right? Easy, right? And then just a couple of things that I did well, that I actually, little mini successes, right? And all that's doing is, that might not seem like very significant, okay? But remember, big changes come through consistent action, right? On a long-term process. But what this is doing, because everything we do is habit, everything we do is habit. So what this is doing is training new mental habits, well, they'll be new to most people, of actually acknowledging all the good shit that you're doing. And the first time you do this, you'll sit down and be like, what did I do well today? Oh, I don't know, right? But if you stick with it, then soon the mental habit is you just see what you're doing well all the time. And again, it's not lying. It's not lying. You're not like making shit up. You're just seeing what's there. That, you're seeing what's always been there, right? And then successes as well. You're being like, right, hey, so I did this, did this, did this. That maybe before you'd never even classed as a success. So imagine 6 months down the line, you're clocking up all these successes and good shit that's going on in your life on a daily basis. How's that going to affect your self-worth and loving yourself in your life? Do you know what I mean? So does that help? That's one exercise. So yeah, we've got to be yourself and really just express who you are and be comfortable with it, no matter if that, your vulnerabilities, everything. You've got to love yourself. You've got to know deep down you're an awesome human being. So it leads us to the first pillar, the fundamental pillar. In order to actually really start to love ourselves and then be ourselves, we've got to know ourselves. Right? We've got to know where to start. We've got to know. We've got to be aware. This is about self-awareness. A lot of people just go through life. I'm sure this crowd isn't quite the same because you guys are on this journey to self-improvement. But a lot of guys just go through life, and girls, just anyone, and they're not even aware of the habits that they're doing, of how they're behaving, of their thought patterns. They just take what they've been given through their sort of social conditioning, right, through their parents, through society, through their friends, and then that's it, and they just go, right, that's me forever. I have an anger issue because my grandfather had an anger issue. Do you know what I mean? I get really nervous in public speaking because my mum, made me feel that way, right? And it's true to an extent, but you then have the power. You have to realise you have the power to change that, to be aware, to know yourself, and then you can go about actually changing these mental habits. So you have control. So it's a bullshit excuse when people go, "Oh no, but my dad's like that. Oh no, but like my environment that I grew up in." Yeah, environment, it is important. Don't get me wrong. But at the end of the day, you guys have the power to change it, right, if you choose to. So it's about being aware. What are your strengths in the first place? Right? Who out of, I'm interested, could tell me now really quickly what their strengths are? Alright, it's good, but it's not enough of you. You all need to be like this, yes, and it's not about being arrogant. Right? It's just realising your worth as a human being. You need to know what strengths you've got, what areas you've got to improve in, and that's fine. Everyone can improve in. I can improve in not stepping in as much shit. So everyone can improve all the time. The last sort of few things then, that you want to be aware of, you want to know yourself, right? You need to have direction. You need to have direction in your life. You need to know where you're heading. Where the hell are you heading? Do you guys know where you're heading in terms of your health? Like, where do you want to be? What do you want your body to look like in 5 years? Do you know what I mean? What kind of diet? How do you want to feel? Your relationships, what do you actually want? I'm guessing a lot of you have goals in the relationship area. That's awesome. But you want it in all areas of your life, right? Like an overall purpose. Where the hell are you heading, career-wise? Are you just like drifting along? Are you just drifting along in the same job, not really thinking, just getting up, just being like, oh, I guess I've got to go to work, this is what you've got to do, isn't it? Just got to get the money, innit, to pay the bills. Or do you actually know, deep down, in 5-10 years' time, no, I want to have this going, I'm going to be here, I'm going to go here, I'm going to do this, do that, blah, blah, blah. Financially, how much you want to be earning, all this stuff. You need to know your direction, where you're going. Again, it all translates, all goes back to make an impact when you're talking to that woman. A man who goes in and talks to a woman who doesn't have any direction in his life, apart from maybe the female thing, he's just like, oh, I need to get laid. Like, how's that going to come across when they talk about anything? Like, he's just going to, like, there's no purpose, there's no direction. That's what women are attracted to, a man who's on his fucking path, right? And so, flip the script, and, a guy goes in who knows what he's about and knows where he's going to,